Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a good day. Before I go on, I want to take this time out to say a special thank you to every single one of you catching the video, taking time from your busy schedule to uh, watch the videos on this channel and interact with the community. Thank you so much. Wherever you're watching from, wherever continent, wherever country, I want to say a big thank you. You guys are the real MVP. So there you have it. Nigeria match ended 1-1 against Equatorial Guinea in a match that personally I felt we should have won comfortably. We should have won that match comfortably, and I'm not trying to be harsh with the Super Eagles, but I felt like we had a lot of chances in the first half to bury the match. And in the first half as well, I felt the Equatorial Guineans were too respectful to Nigerian Super Eagles. They knew obviously they were playing with big team, big country, and big stars, so that it kind of felt like they relaxed, caved in, and were just soaking the pressures and allowing the Super Eagles to fully dominate, as well as pressure them in their defense. And they were just waiting for a chance to pounce on the attack and try to hurt Nigerian Super Eagles. Their defense was obviously really good. They tried, even though there were, a few mistakes that they made that could have cost them, but we just were not there at the right time to pick up those loose balls. And that guy that their coach was talking about, Coco, that he was going to mark Victor Osimhen, he obviously did very great. He was all over Osimhen in area balls, in ground duels, everywhere. He was just all over Osimhen, trying to keep him out. But Osimhen is a fighter, and I said that in the last video that he was always going to find a way because he has played with top defenders, and he was able to get his way. He found his way and he got the goal, the equalizer for Nigeria. But it's a shame that we always want to be scored before we react. And once we react, we go back into our cage and then we don't, really push for the wins. That has always been one of the issues of Nigerian national team. We don't have too much enthusiasm playing to get 2, 3, 4 goals lead. We tend to relax and then maybe have 1 goal lead, and then we relax when the equalizers will now start rushing to get the winner, or when the scores, that's when we start rushing to get the equalizer. That kind of thing. That's always been the way Nigeria used to play, and they are still continuing to play in that way. But nevertheless, the match overall was a very interesting match, and we've seen that this group is not going to be a group that we should be messing with. Coming into this game, the mindset of most Nigerians, even me, because my scoreline prediction showed that I said 3-1, with our mindset was that we're going to come into this game and win. It was a must win, because we are big, we have this quality, and these guys who is even their biggest name there is that Coco guy who plays for Las Palmas. So they are relatively unknown stars, but they showed up, they performed. So we had that mindset that we were going to win, but in the end, it didn't work that way. Why is that? Because we had a lot of chances. We could not bury these chances. We could not put these chances in the back of the net. And we know that the difference between a big team and an average team or small team is creating chances and being able to put it away, putting it at the back of the net. For example, Man City, the difference between Chelsea and Man City now is the fact that Man City can create a lot of chances and they are putting those chances in the back of the net. While as Chelsea, shockingly, in this current season, they are one of the clubs that have created the most chances, but burying the chances, putting these goals in the back of the net was always a problem, or is always a problem for them. That's the difference. That's why they are average team at this moment. And it's the same thing for Nigerian Super Eagles. You're creating chances and you cannot bury it, then there's a problem. That might just cost us. Hopefully it's just, for this first game, and then, subsequently we get to see these guys being very confident in terms of attacking this ball and scoring these chances. So overall, the guys played well, with exception to a few players who were not really bringing out their A games. But overall, I think that there's just so much positives to take away from this match, especially considering the fact that we came from behind to get a draw, get 1 point. That means a lot. That shows resilience. That shows the willingness to fight back, even when you're on the ground, fight back to get up and keep moving. Obviously, Osimhen getting that goal for us after that Salvador goal in the 36 minutes. Osimhen, had an almost immediate response in the 38 minutes, putting Nigeria to a 1-1, and then we went on break. 1-1 scoreline, came back in the second half. I thought second half was much more better compared with first half, which was very slow and sluggish. The Super Eagles were completely sluggish in the first half, but in the second half, we start to see their play change. We had a bit of more aggression going forward, a bit of more swiftness, more urgency going forward, and especially the likes of this man, Ademola Lookman. God bless that guy. The guy is a really quality player. The way he plays, the way he really turns around the pitch to look for his man. The way he dribbles, complete dribbles. The way he passes. His level of understanding of football. He's such a very gifted technical player, and I was so glad, that he is in this team and he didn't have any issue of injury. So overall, it's a really good performance. And then on the ratings, we had a few guys who were above average, who I would say should have around 7.77 ratings, 7.5 above ratings. And the guys, of course, number one in my list is Ademola Lookman. I felt he should have been the man of the match if, of course, it was not for the goalkeeper of Equatorial Guinea, who was just all over the place. He was just keeping out shots on target. He was so confident. He's not the greatest goalkeeper in terms of like height or any of these goalkeeping qualities, but he was everly present. He had this composure. He had this command, this charisma. He intersected a lot of goals. He blocked out a lot of goals that was supposed to enter the net. So for that reason, he was the man of the match. But aside from that one, I think the next best performer was Ademola Lookman. He was very obvious. His quality showed. And a few other guys as well performed. The Sima got the equalizer. So, of course, if you want to rate people, you would obviously put him up there. Although he wasn't sharp as he used to be, as we know him in Napoli or as we know him in Nigerian jersey. Of course, he had 10 goals in the qualifier. So he's a prolific guy, not only for Napoli, but for Nigeria as well. But you can forgive him because he has a lot of issues going on, from contract issues to family problems to this to that, all sorts of things, coming back from injury recently. So he has a lot of issues. So it's really forgivable. He got the goal and we are so happy with that. And who again was a top performer? Al Hassan Yusuf, 23-year-old, the 23-year-old Antwerp box-to-box midfielder. I thought he was fantastic in that midfield. I know that no one can really replace Ndidi immediately, but he was more than impressive in that game. He just walked the way Kante would walk in a team. He was everywhere, doing the marking, doing the intersections, blocking out these guys when they try to attack from midfield. So he has a really high rating. I would rate him around, let's say, 7.5 or thereabouts. But it's such a shame that he had an injury in the 60-something minutes of that game. And more of his injury updates coming soon after I give the ratings. So on the guys that didn't really perform well, we have a few other guys. If you saw the match, I'm sure you not have any doubt, whatsoever, that the likes of Iwobi were among the people that didn't perform well. Iwobi, Moses Simon, and then in the back as well, we had Zaidu didn't really perform well. Seyid did not really perform well. He was too cool for a central back. Aina was a little bit on the average, I would say. Henry Onyeka was also someone that does a little bit above average, maybe 6-star rating, because he was also in that midfield doing all the tackles and covering grounds, just like Yusuf, but not as much as Yusuf. So these guys are the guys that didn't really do well. The likes of Iwobi, I don't think he should be starting the next match. Of course, Chukwueze came in and he was a very, very poor performer. He didn't really do much from that flank. I would have preferred Iheanacho was introduced instead of him, but then again, there's always a next time. So in our next game against Ivory Coast, which is a tougher opponent on Thursday, is that one. We're definitely going to see a change. And hopefully, Iheanacho and some of these guys, get in the team. And then we saw Paul Nacho introduced. He was in the few minutes that he played, he was really, really troublesome in that defense line with his presence, with his size. We saw what he could do, and it's good to see Osimhen having someone that can come in and assist him. Aribo was also introduced in the second half, and I thought he played very well. His style of midfield, giving those passes and trying to settle the midfield to soak in pressure, he did well. With what he brought into the game, and of course, Chus Ekong, was someone that really stabilized that defense line. Him being there was a really big boost. If not, defense would have been messed up. If you leave the defense in the hands of the likes of Shea, I'm not sure there will be order there. So Ekong obviously, had his input in that game. We saw lots of area balls, area draws that he won. And then lastly, I would go to the goalkeeper, Stanley Nwabali. I don't know. You guys will leave your comments, in the comment section about the ratings for these guys. But personally, I felt Nwabali should be the one that starts every game for Nigeria. I know, yes, he did not see a lot of shot, played at him. He didn't have to do a lot of work because most of the time we were attacking the guys. But you saw his confidence, the way he come out to handle the ball, the way he comes out doing set pieces to intersect the ball, the way he comes out, when they're attacking, the way he just stays in that area and just kind of mans the whole place. It shows confidence. I think these are some of the things that Ozoho lacked. So guys, those are the player ratings. Let me know what you think about each of these players, the one that impressed you and the ones that didn't, in the comment section. And lastly, what I have to update in this video is the fact that Yusuf's injury, according to what's the update right now, is it could be a muscle injury. He had a bit of an issue. I think he was in the 60-something minutes or so, where he was trying to send the ball back into the opposition's penalty area, and then he had a clash with one of those Equatorial Guinea players, and that was where he was subbed. But the good news is, it's been speculated that it's not going to be a very serious injury. It's an injury that hopefully will not be very serious. And we pray that, he gets back on track, because the way he played, he deserved to play another game. He played really well, and, even the coach, I'm sure, will be impressed. It was his debut. It's not easy. 23-year-old coming in, as a debutant, and he played that well. So guys, those are the update for this video. Thank you for catching this one. And again, I appreciate every single one of you for catching the videos, for your for interacting with the video, with the channel, and every single thing that you do. Thank you so much for catching this one. If you're subscribed to the channel, a big thank you to you. And if you're watching or you're not subscribed yet, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, join the community, and let's get talking. Stay tuned to the channel.